Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I would like to present my paper entitled Indonesia Effort in Protecting Deforestation Toward a Sustainable Supply Chain in Agriculture. We are aware that palm oil is important for producer and consumer. Next slide, please. Next. Our daily activities are dependent in palm oil and its product. Palm oil contributes to producing countries' GDP and also its everyday activities. Next slide, please. Palm oil is the most efficient vegetable oil as produced in the highest productivity so that it uses less land compared to maize, soybean, and rapeseed. Next slide. Oil palm covers about 22 million hectares and operated by 33% of smallholders. In Indonesia, it's even higher, about 46% operated by smallholders. Palm oil also contributes less 0.5% cost deforestation, and oil palm cause the main deforestation in Indonesia and Malaysia is still question mark. Next, please. Indonesia palm oil contribute to job opportunities. In Indonesia, they contribute about 4.2 million direct laborers and 12 million indirect laborers. And Indonesia and Malaysia share about 85% of global palm oil production. Next slide. Production and consumption of global vegetable oils. Next slide, please. The share of oil is getting higher and higher of global vegetables compared to then the others oil. Next. Global palm oil production in 2019-2020 was 70 million tons. It shared about 37% of global vegetable oil of 206 million tons. Next, please. And the competition with others oil become the trigger to negative campaign of palm oil. It's projected by 2024, palm oil production will approaching 10 million tons. Global consumption of palm oil tend to increase year to year, showing the growing demand continue regardless the sustainability concern being emerged. Next, please. Palm oil consumption is shared about 36%, while soybean oil share is about 28%, and sunflower about 19%. Next, please. 85% of the oil is used for food. This is the show that the demand for the oil, cooking oil. Next, please. Indonesia in 2020 is predicted to produce palm oil and palm kernel oil about 51 million tons. Next. And China, India, and European Union is the biggest export destination for Indonesia. Next, please. Now, the palm oil and sustainability issues. Next. Biodiversity impact of the palm oil development are large, but it's localized. There are 193 critical endangered and vulnerable species have palm oil production as one of their main trade. Next, please. Other environmental impact is about including greenhouse gases emission, increase of temperature, smoke and haze, biodiversity loss, peatland, and peatland range, and its effect, and human and wildlife conflict, and also the deforestation. Next, please. Actually, deforestation is a normal process and part of the development practice in every country. It's not happened in Indonesia, but it's also happened in Europe and North America. Oil palm plantations are not the main cause of the global deforestation. Based on European Commission data, oil palm plantations are not the main cause of the global deforestation. Next, please. Yes, oil palm has been locally responsible for high deforestation rates, as data from the IUCN. As much as 50% of all deforestation on the island of Borneo between 2005 and 2015 was driven by oil palm development. But it's again, it's a normal process. Where the oil palm replaces tropical forest, the negative impact on the biodiversity is significant. Next, please. But if you see the data, Indonesia still have 50% forest cover of the total area, compared to others like in US and in Germany, in UK, they have less percentage of forest cover compared to Indonesia. Next, please. Yes, the role of palm oil can play in conservation. All companies retain important biodiversity. They are already, some big companies already did their step to have a conservation. Next, please. And this is also oil palm potential role in multifunctional landscape. We can consider palm oil plantation as also palm oil forest. Next. Yes, palm oil is here to stay unless we stop consuming oil. Because of the demand, we have to grow oil palm, and palm oil is here to stay. Next, please. But there is a palm oil sustainability gap. Only 20% certified as sustainable palm oil, and 80% still non-certified palm oil. And this is our homework. Next, please. And what does Indonesia do? Indonesia do sustainable palm oil. Next, please. We have Roundtable Sustainable Palm Oil, and we have also Indonesia Sustainable Palm Oil. The principle and the criteria of Roundtable Sustainable Palm Oil, they have 8 principles, including agronomic, economic, legal, environment, biodiversity, toxic, worker, community, and social issues. But however, Indonesia Sustainable Palm Oil, this is agriculture ministerial decree and the first mandatory to increase palm oil competitiveness and comply the sustainable commitment. Next, please. As per 31 December, 31st December 2019, the certification of Indonesian sustainable palm oil is getting increased from 621 ISPO certificate up to 754 certificate. They are covering about total area of 66 0.15% out of 7.7 million hectares. And there are 739 companies, 11 cooperatives join the certification. Next, please. And Indonesia commitment being more sustainable in palm oil production, we have what we call it Presidential Instruction number 6 of year 2019 of Plan Action for the Sustainable Palm Oil. We have also Presidential Instruction number 5 of 2019 for peatland moratorium. We have Presidential Decree number 44 of the 2019 for the certification system of sustainable palm oil. Next, please. Yes, this is the Agriculture Ministerial Decree for the palm oil, sustainable palm oil certification. We are now working for drafting a new regulation. Next, please. We are drafting a new regulation of the Ministry of Agriculture with 7 principles. First, the improvement of the sustainable business, transparency in the implementation, social responsibility and community economic empowerment, responsibility to the workers, compliance with law and regulation, application of the good plantation practice, and management of environment, natural resource, and biodiversity. Next, please. And this is more detail of principle and criteria for new ISPO. Next. This is also the more detail in principle and criteria. Principle 5, social and responsibility and community. Principle 6, transparency and of the implementation. And principle 7, the improvement of sustainable business. Next, please. Yes, this is still about palm oil. There are schemes to increasing the value added of the palm oil product. You can see about how big if we have starting with the palm oil, refined palm oil, basic oleochemical, oleo derivative, and specialty in chemical. Next, please. Yes, certification is not a silver bullet, but it is making progress. Expansion industrial of palm oil in Indonesia, you can see here, but actually scientific confirmed that palm oil is unsustainable even if certified. So this is still a big job for us. Next. Some key knowledge gap that we have to find. Where are the major of oil crop ground? What is their past environment impact been? How do the yield vary and why? Socioeconomic benefit and costs. And we need better information, objective, informed consumer and policy making. Yes, we could hand in hand work together, and we need the filling the gap, better data information. We also want to have more transparency, more balance, and more cooperation. With this, I thank you.